Ministers Indo-Pacific in focus. India will host a meeting of Quad foreign ministers that is expected to focus on the overall situation in the Indo-Pacific in the backdrop of increasing Chinese assertiveness in the region. They will exchange views on recent developments in the Indo-Pacific region and regional issues of mutual interest, guided by their vision of a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. In India, power prices likely to remain firm next fiscal and amid higher demand, CRISIL said in the report. Power prices are expected to remain firm next fiscal on the back of elevated demand growth of 5.5 to 6%, and the demand is set to close this fiscal up 9.5 to 10% over 8.2% last fiscal, a report said. The demand growth would mark a decadal high rate of growth and almost double the 20-year average of 5.2%, the report added. PM Gati Shakti recommends 66 big basket big ticket projects with rupees 5 trillion in India over the past 8 months. An inter-ministerial panel spearheaded by the industry department has evaluated 66 big tickets project with rupees 5 trillion, industry department's special secretary said. All these projects have been approved and budgeted for by respective ministries. Fed's Waller. If data stays hot, policy rate should go above 5.1% to 5.4%. A string of hot data may force the US central bank to raise rates higher than the 5.1 to 5.4% range projected by the majority of Federal Reserve policymakers as recently as December. Fed Governor Christopher Waller said. Recent economic data showing an excessively strong labor market, robust consumer demand and stubbornly persistent data price pressure calls into question the extent of progress the US central bank has made on its inflation fight, Wallace said. ECB's watch rate of 4% can't be excluded if core inflation stays high. The European Central Bank could consider raising its key interest rates as high as 4% if underlying inflation in the Eurozone remains persistently high, ECB Governing Council member Pierre Mouvanche said. If the core inflation would remain as the level we see today in Europe of above 5% and if we don't get clear signals then core inflation is going down, we will have to do more, he added. Euro area inflation rate marginally declined in Feb 2023. The consumer price inflation in the euro area inched lower to 8.5% in February 2023, the lowest since last May, but above market expectations of 8.2%, while core inflation rate in the euro area increased for a third consecutive month to hit a fresh record high of 5.6% in February 2023 compared to 5.3% in January and market forecast of 5.3%. European Union strikes landmark deal to fight greenwashing in bond market. European Union negotiations reached a deal to establish a green bond standard, giving investors long-awaited clarity that their money is aligned with the region's climate ambitions. This regulation creates a gold standard that green bonds can aspire to, said Paul Tang. Any green bonds not using this system will likely be looked at with increasing suspicion. Asian markets. Asian markets open on a positive note followed by the US numbers. Brent at $84.52, DXY at 104.832, US 10-year yield at 4.065% and SGX Nifty is plus 0.71%. Stay tuned with Blinks.